I'm not parking. So what's going wrong, YouTube? I'm parked up, I've got my shopping bags on the back. Oh dear. So even though I put my big butt bags on, they came with the bike, so I'm going to go shopping. Got the Google Maps on. You probably can't see it in the black screen, but I prefer it. That's I just prefer to have that layout. And I've got my Bluetooth dongle there, which is not part of the bike. I added that. I haven't quite figured out where it's going to go yet, so I've just cable tied it there temporarily. So I'm going to try using the bike. First day out really with it. Roads are a bit wet and slippy. Whoa, the back end moved out then. This road's slippy there, it looks. And yeah, well, we'll see how it goes. Let's go and buy something on my happy shopper. One touch start. Yeah, this is a day for a peaked crash helmet though. Oh, so just some early thoughts really. As I say, it came with some panniers, so I put them on. It came with I hate the name of Apple version of it, CarPlay, sounds ridiculous. Android Auto, which is what I'm using, seems to be pretty good. Once you set your phone up to the bike, you don't have to touch the phone again. Even if you come back another day, it just logs in. Bit of a faff if you don't want to use a headset though. It's quite determined that you should use your headset for audio directions and things. I don't want that on, so I just keep ignoring it. See it doing all this Bluetooth stuff. Heated grips have come on. It knows what day it is, which is more than me. It doesn't seem to be wanting to do its Bluetooth connecting just yet. Right, do not pair, enter. It'll do it twice. I know if you hold the return, some people say it. Well, and ask again, so I'll try that. So I held the return in, and looks like we've got it. Yeah, so maps. If you ignore it twice, it leaves you alone, but you have to do that every time you come back. That's the only faff with it. Other than that, it seems pretty solid. Oh, obviously this bike's a lot bigger and heavier than my old 500X, and certainly than the 690. But it's a totally different kind of bike, obviously. Still, here's me going along my usual roads and routes that I like to go on. So let's see where it takes us. So things that it's got: auto cancel indicators. I think they go off after about 300 meters. I'm not exactly sure. I put them on there, look. There's nobody around, country lane, and they will go off on their own. Got an 1100cc engine, or 1083, whatever it is, and you can feel that mainly in the torque. It's not massive horsepower, I think it's 100. What I do like is the torque. It's got a million different configurations which I have not even looked at yet. It's probably have to read a manual for that, but it's quite wide. As it's quite a wide bike, I should let the dustbins go through. Come on. So this is not a review, this is not anything, I haven't spent any time at all reading the instructions for it. I just bought the bike, took it home, parked it up, and now I've been waiting for a decent day. This is the first decent day we've had, so I'm just reaching no opinions on it whatsoever, other than getting used to it, which I think is important. I have done a review already on this bike, on the DCT version, which I'll put a card above if you want to watch that. So far I've not changed my opinion on it, but I do prefer it with a quick shifter, which my bike's got, and a manual gearbox. Just more my kind of thing. Sorry DCT people, I just don't like it. I don't dislike it particularly, I just prefer being able to slip the clutch in certain situations. Not big-headed, but one thing I have developed over 40 odd years of riding bikes is good clutch control, and it seems daft to throw that away when you've got the option of a quick shifter. You might say, well, you don't use the clutch if you've got a quick shifter. Well, I do on slow manoeuvres and things, coming to a halt, whatever. There's always a feathering situation, and I know that the DCT works perfectly well with that because I had one, but I really did feel that I'd been de-skilled by the time I changed to a manual bike again. So I'm sticking with a manual bike, although quite happy to have auto in my car. But I drive because I have to, I ride because I choose to, and I choose to have a clutch. Anyway, protection's good. Won't be changing that screen for me anyway. Wintry low sunshine, greasy wet roads, but we're out. I haven't got my heated grips on, I haven't got my heated gloves on, so I reckon it's about 12 degrees. My hands are okay, probably due to those deflectors. Can't actually feel any wind on my hands at all. These are quite thick gloves anyway. Yeah, well, I've just realised what this bike is. You know, think about it. It's got the Africa Twin engine, it's got the Africa Twin chassis, but it's got 17-inch wheels. So in my book, that makes it an Africa Twin Supermoto, everybody. Yeah, that's what it is. Instantly, it's become cooler. I will get into why I got this bike at some point, but at the moment I'm just concentrating on learning it, if that's okay with you. Basically the answer is because I did. But there's quite a lot more to it than that, as you'd imagine. It is, yeah, very difficult to see. It's definitely a day for a peaked crash helmet. Why I didn't put it on, I don't know. The weather said it was going to be cloudy, that's why. Ah, why do we believe those weather apps? I'll be okay going back, so it'll be behind me, but going straight into the sun. But as well equipped as it is, it comes with everything really. It's got, you know, as I say, cruise control, heated grip, centre stand, CarPlay, Android Auto. It's not my forever bike, that's for sure. It's a bike that suits me just for the time being, for so many reasons. Yeah, so in terms of going shopping, handy to have the panniers. They're a bit awkward. A lot of people say they're awkward, and they are. I suppose it's like anything else, you probably get used to it. I did fill this up with fuel earlier. I had only intended to put a couple of gallons in, but I filled it to the top by accident, and it's been fine. It hasn't felt top heavy, which is good. I just have to see how it feels when I get home and put it away, because that's when you notice it. You don't really notice it when you're riding along. So my initial thoughts are quite happy with this bike for what I want to do at the moment. It's full of gadgets and gizmos, most of which, to be honest, I don't need, but I'm no Luddite, so I'll give them a good try. And it's quite comfortable. I would like the bars to be a little bit closer to me, and but there's not really any cable room for bar risers, I don't think, so I'm just going to have to put up with it as it is. And of course it is a big bike, especially with the panniers on, so I'm not going to be filtering through the traffic quite as deftly as I normally do. Which might be a good thing, given the number of people that are looking at the phones when they're going along, rather than concentrating on what they're doing. One thing is, when you got a new bike like this, there's so many different things on it, it's very distracting, so that's why I'm not doing a first ride review as such. As I say, one, because I've already done a first ride review on the DCT version. This is more about using it day to day and getting used to it, and then coming to a sort of conclusion with it. Anyway, having failed to buy some new boots, but I have ordered some. Hopefully they'll be in this week, thanks to the kind assistant there, Ben. I'll be nipping back and getting those next week, hopefully. It's another excuse to get the bike out, as long as it's not chucking it down with rain. Now, this is a big bike, heavy bike, panniers on, downhill stop, diversion. It's all happening. Well, the 360 camera and angle seems to be working, but quite what we'll get when come to check the footage, I don't know. Well, the 360 camera and angle seems to be working, but quite what we'll get when come to check the footage, I don't know. Is it getting my audio? I don't know. Am I at 45 degrees? Because it is. We'll see. So it's very complicated. My phone's Bluetooth to the Bluetooth dongle, which is connected to Android Auto on the bike. My headset is connected to my 360 camera. The bike wants a headset when you first put it on, but there is a way around it. These are all complications created by my own particular set of circumstances. Let's play looking at ourselves in the shop window. You see anything? See a black bike. It is a bike that collects the admiring glances of old men. Codgers. Codgers of the world unite on a NT 1100. Is that right, Nige? Nigella. I've got a steady 60 miles an hour. It's a very balanced bike, this. One of its great assets is how balanced it is. Oh, no hands. It's such a balanced bike. It really is. The greatest thing about it is its balance. So yeah, it's nice to have the cruise control. Just knock it up. This is a 70. Don't know what it is, but when I'm riding with riding with cruise control, I always feel like I should ride without my hand on the throttle, just to show everyone that I've got cruise control. Is that pathetic or what? Or no hands, look. This bike is so well balanced, it's tremendous. Gonna change gear? Change gear, you lose your cruise control. That's different to my KTM cruise control that I had. So I'm at 68, I'm in 5th, cruise control set to 67, change to 6 and you lose cruise control, it unsets itself. That's not very sophisticated Honda. 60 here, cruise control on. What happens if I touch the brake? Yeah, you have to press reset, then all's good. Same with the gear, drop to 5th, reset. Seem to remember that with the 690 it automatically reset, but anyway, this one doesn't. So many complications. Anyhow, it's a nice little ride out. Roads are drying out, but I've been enough for one day. I hope that was informative to somebody. Codger Biker is out. Yeah, you can throw this around like a Supermoto. That's what it is. That's what it is. Africa Twin Supermoto, everybody. In my mind, anyway.